Good morning. It is Wednesday, October 23rd. Now, I fully expected today's reading to be like super spicy. Let me turn some light on. There we go. Super spicy and feisty energy because of what the planets are doing. But the cards told me otherwise, and we're going with it, okay? The moon is officially, or the sun is officially in Scorpio. So we are fully into Scorpio season. This is putting our conscious awareness, our conscious state in alignment with that Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. So all of these changes and transformations, they are really going to start kicking in over this next month. We also have the moon still in Cancer, and this is why I thought things were going to be a bit spicy, because that moon is going to conjunct Mars and sextile Uranus retrograde and oppose Pluto. This is a pretty good setup for something to get a bit explosive, especially because that opposition between Pluto and Mars is well within range to trigger off an event. And that sextile to Uranus, that Uranus being retrograde in Taurus, is really like subconsciously throwing off our sense of stability, right? That sextile is an opportunity to do something about that. From Cancer, though, and this is where I got confused, and I guess I didn't quite see this looking at the planets, that Cancer energy is kind of taking over here. It is, it's giving us the ability to be empathetic, compassionate, caring, very nurturing type of energy instead of it becoming super explosive, okay? So the energy today is odd because it is spicy, and that there is definitely potential for something, a transformative, intense type of event to come about, but at the same time it's empathetic and compassionate. So what I'm kind of seeing here is, yes, we might have some type of really rough thing come about today, some type of very rough realization, somebody confronting about something, somebody doing something to somebody that could put us in a position of depression, or it's an intensity. It's rough. It's almost like shock is kind of what I'm feeling here, right? Now, when I pulled these cards, I got a bunch of cups, and I was really confused. That's why I went towards this whole, I guess, the Cancer energy is taking over. But the bottom of the deck has the Death card. So this is the energy that's kind of the underlying here, what's leading us to this main reading. So this is that transformation, that intensity, that ending that is showing us that we need to make a change somewhere. And I kept looking a little further. We also have Three of Swords, something painful, something heartbreaking, something that really messes with your head and really, has you kind of thinking about some very difficult stuff. And under that, the World, that completion of cycles, which is exactly what we're doing with this Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn, right? So the rest of the cards here, though, we have Page of Cups. So there is an energy of the day of wanting to offer love and compassion, wanting to be there for people, wanting to help people get through some hard times, right? What we're focusing on is the King of Cups, right? You can be compassionate, you can help people, you can hold their hand through the hard times without being a doormat, while still having those good boundaries, okay? Remember, Saturn is still retrograde in Pisces for a few more days, for about a week and a half. So boundaries are still being tested. So make sure that if you're out here offering help to others, you are offering that safe place for people to mourn, cry, vent, whatever it is they need to do to deal with whatever's happening. Make sure that you do still have those good boundaries so it doesn't come back to haunt you later on, okay? What we're avoiding is Temperance. Now, every time, I swear there has not been a single time in my life where a major, transformative, traumatic event has happened that somebody didn't almost immediately ask me, well, what are you going to do, right? Let people you don't have to fix it in the moment, right? You don't have to have an answer. When something comes along and just completely comes out of nowhere and smacks you in the face, you were completely unexpected, and it's a really rough situation, nobody has a plan for that. You don't have to have a plan in the moment. Take the time to feel what is happening. If it puts you in shock, it puts you in shock. If it puts you in a depression, it puts you in a depression. That is okay. It is okay to be upset when things are upsetting. And you're allowed to feel that in the moment. You don't have to have a plan right away. You don't have to immediately figure out how you're going to turn this really horrible thing into a positive. Take the time to process what is happening, what is going on. This is really giving me the energy of people wanting to be there for people wanting to reach out to people rather than people wanting to point fingers, which is awesome. I wish that happened more often, but it doesn't seem to. So really, despite the fact that there is this rough energy in the air, there's a lot of compassion wanting to help people in that rough energy, okay? Clarifiers for our Page of Cups here. Let's see. Oh. Come on now. We got a whole lot coming on. We have a 2 of Cups, an Ace of Wands, and a 5 of Wands. Well, that's kind of contradictory type of energy there. So 2 of Cups. The 5 of Wands is this conflict. Usually it's a conflict between people, and that this is oppositions that are happening here. So that is very likely that you're seeing conflicts between people, right? But there's something about this conflict that has other folks seeing that maybe you're not in the wrong here, or maybe you're seeing who is in the right in these situations, right? So you're wanting to like reach out to them. You're wanting to show them that compassion. You're wanting to help them kind of feel better in the moment. Remember, when things are bad, you don't have to cheer people up. Please stop doing that. It drives me insane. Let people feel their stuff, okay? Stop trying to force them into happiness right away. But that could bring a little bit of conflicting type of energy there, right? Page of Cups is very kind of immature and innocent. So yeah, it comes in here, I want to help you, I want to be there for you, right? But it can also like bring this, well, let me just cheer you up type of energy rather than processing the stress and the trauma, which can lead to conflict, okay? So really keep that in mind. Clarifiers for our King of Cups. Oh, almost threw that one on the floor. We have the Devil and 4 of Swords. So again, King of Cups is kind of like, you know, that really compassionate, loving, fatherly type of energy, right? And I say you can have those good, strong boundaries. You can be there for people and let them vent. Let them absolutely say what they got to say, get things off their chest, cry, whatever. But you also need to make sure that you are maintaining your boundaries. You're maintaining control of yourself. You're maintaining control of the situation, and you're maintaining control of your peace of mind. Don't allow other people's difficult times weigh you down, okay? That's probably one of the hardest lessons I think I've ever learned, is taking on other people's trauma is just going to traumatize you, right? So really make sure that you are remaining in control of your own peace of mind. That you don't have to fix it for them. You don't have to take their issues on as your responsibility. All you got to do is be there for them. That is it. You don't have to fix it for them. Clarifiers for our Temperance. Why are we avoiding Temperance? Ah! Dropped it right on the dog. Hold on. She's such a high anxiety dog that everything makes her super jumpy. All right, we have 6 of Wands. And one more. There we go. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So we're avoiding Temperance, right? We're not trying to fix it right now. We're not trying to figure out how to turn crappy things into something positive. Because sometimes you got to process it first. If you try jumping in right away, oh, look at that, the moon on the bottom, we're not seeing things clearly. This is exactly where I was going. When you're in the moment, you're not seeing things clearly, and you're going to make some wrong decisions. So it's best to get out of the situation, get past it for a moment before really trying to figure out what to do with it. Once you do that, if you give yourself that time before making decisions, before making plans, then that's when we see this victory in the work that you're doing, that going back to the drawing board type of energy, right? That's when we'll actually see that victory of the outcome later. Because if you're trying to do it right now, you're going to miss something. Your head is not in the right space to be making those decisions. So really make sure that you're just taking that time to mourn things. And if you're trying to be there for other people, you're not taking on their problems as well. So just kind of take care of yourself. Just be a decent human being today. That's really all it comes down to. Just be kind.